In this demo, we'll be looking at how you can leverage policy as code solutions like Kyverno to ensure that proper data protection is being applied to workloads as they're added to your cluster. This policy enforcement can be done either at commit time through CI tools like Jenkins, GitLab, or GitHub Actions, or at the time of deployment by acting as a Kubernetes admission controller to validate incoming API calls. Today, we'll look at a new Kyverno example policy that takes advantage of K10 policy presets. Presets allow data protection specialists to define specific SLA offerings that can easily be leveraged by DevOps or platform teams to create policies for their applications. In this environment, we see we already have bronze and silver presets defined. Let's create a gold offering that will perform hourly snapshots and export our backup data to an immutable S3 bucket, ensuring that my application data is going to be safe from ransomware attacks. Now that our presets have been created, let's take a look at the policies that we'll evaluate during the deployment of any new application. The first policy acts to prevent the creation of new application namespaces unless that namespace includes a valid data protection label. And we can see here that the values correspond to our available K10 presets. The second Kyverno policy will create our K10 policy for any namespaces with a valid label. First, we call the Kubernetes API to return the existing K10 policies and make sure that a duplicate doesn't already exist. Then, using a generate statement, we can create a K10 policy object simply by referencing the preset and namespace values. Being able to easily build this kind of integration is one of the many benefits that Kasten K10 provides by being a truly Kubernetes-native solution. And last but not least, we need to extend the permissions of our Kyverno service account to allow it to create K10 policy objects. Let's jump over to our terminal and get Kyverno installed on our cluster. And once that's completed, we can apply our two manifests for our Kyverno cluster policies, as well as our updated cluster role. Now that we can see our namespace validation policy is active, it's time to test. Here I've got a sample Kubernetes application, the sock shop, comprised of several deployments which include multiple Mongo and MySQL databases, each of which is going to contain critical persistent data. And we can note here that our namespace does not include any labels. So when I try to deploy this app on my cluster, I get immediate feedback built into our policy instructing me that I need a valid label for data protection. Great, we've prevented an application from being deployed that would be inadvertently unprotected. So let's go back and add the gold data protection label. So we'll save and reapply, and now we can see that the application is deploying as expected. And if I return to my dashboard, I see that K10 has automatically detected our new application, and if we look under policies, our K10 policy has been automatically generated by Kyverno based on the gold preset. As time goes on and additional applications are deployed to the cluster, using presets makes it simple to roll out policy changes to multiple applications at once. In this example, we can easily extend the retention period for our remote backups. If you're interested in trying this or any other example Kyverno policies for Kasten K10, you can find them directly on Kyverno's GitHub page. And if you haven't deployed Kasten K10 yet, what are you waiting for? Visit the link on screen to claim your free license. Thanks for watching.